So this stream is gonna start differently, guys. I'm gonna start out with helping my friend Hey190 over here.
Cookies.
Yeah, that's him. Say hi.
Cookies.
Okay, he doesn't know how to say hi. He says cookies. But anyways, so he came to me. He wanted to stream for a while now. And now he has a computer that he can do it with. So he came to me to set up OBS. So I seen videos on YouTube where people show demonstrations on how to set up OBS, but I think there isn't a video out there that's a live demonstration with a person that you can ask questions back and forth, how to do stuff, give and take. So I thought I would do that right now while I wait for my bots to set up. So the first thing I wanted to get into is when you start streaming and you have your bot set up, which I will talk about later, but I want to talk about it right now really quickly. So when you start your stream, hit start streaming on OBS, you have to wait a few minutes for your bots to recognize that you're live, like RevloBot and stuff, because if you hit launch RevloBot right now, it's not going to start tracking your currency and all that from the get-go. So I'm gonna hit it now, and it says RevloBot is tracking loyalty, right? So what RevloBot is, it's a bot to track currency to see how long a certain person, viewer, has been on the stream. So I have mine set to every 5 minutes. Did I set it to every 5 minutes? I think I changed it. Let's see. Let me go info. So I earn 5 Nesses, which is my name for currency, every minute. So it varies what you want to put your currency to. I just put it to that. I'm used to it, and I'm going to capture my screen now. You probably won't be able to see my face. It's okay for this. Let me see. I did that. Okay, I set that up. Another thing you want to make sure after your stream is live is to have your dashboard open. So I'm gonna load it up. There you go. So browsers, I use Google Chrome over Firefox. I don't really like Firefox anymore. I think it actually died down. The hype.
Firefox is trash.
There you go. What Hey190 says. So basically how I do mine is I have YouTube. I have the playlist going. You can use Spotify. You can use anything else you want. Foobar. There's other types of music players that you can play on your computer or anything. I have that. I have dashboard, which is amazing. You should always have your dashboard open when you're streaming to keep track of everything. On here, you can put your title of your stream, the language, if you speak anything besides English. The community. Community is something that Twitch put in recently, where it helps streamers grow as a community, basically. So different games have different communities. Like I could put IRL, and there's a lot of IRL, like IRL underscore vlogs and stuff that people implement. I put mine on League right now, but I might change it to let's see, not OBS, Creative. Would it be Creative? Creative Minds. Yeah, I'll just leave it on Creative Minds. And for the game type and category, I'll put IRL because it's not game. This is more of a learning thing. So basically on your dashboard it tells you your stream health, so that's your bandwidth and all that. A lot of people say different things about bandwidth and bit rate, that Twitch only allows 3500 bit rate for non-partners. So what I like to do is I like to put it on 2000 or 2500. People say different things. It's give and take, right? So this number is different for every single individual with different internet speeds. So hey 190, what I want you to do right now is to go to speedtest.net.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna show my IP, and I don't want to show my IP. But for the sake of it, go to speedtest.net and hit begin test. It takes a few minutes to do, right? And tell me what you get for the upload after you're done. Now, the upload speed is very important. So if you go to OBS, they actually have a help section. If you guys didn't know, their community chat is really great. But if you go to help, they changed their website. I think they did. They changed their website.
Hey.
It's really
Nah.
basic. Usually it was more informative, but the way you track what bit rate you want for your stream, okay, 5.95. So I'm just gonna double check real quick. OBS, bitrate, and upload. I'll find your optimal bitrate, right?
In this video, we're going to talk.
Okay, let me skip ahead. I don't need to listen to all of
Would
this.
be my theoretical maximum. How?
Okay, sure. I'm just going to the description. I'm not gonna listen to him. So here, to get your bitrate, do the max times 70 to 80%. So example, if your upload is 4 megabytes per second, so yours is 5.995, right? So that equals 3. So basically, you want 70 to 80% of whatever you have. So technically, you would be around almost 4,000, you know. But you shouldn't put it anything higher than 3,500 because there's no point to it. You're just wasting bandwidth. Now, your internet provider, what is it, and do they have a cap on it?
Shit. It's Xfinity, and I'm not really sure.
Do they have do they cap your internet?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, so you don't want to make that a high bit rate because you use up a lot of bit rate when you stream. So you want to be in the lower section. I would say start with 2,000 for a month, give or take. Call your internet provider after your first billing cycle or the next billing cycle, right? And be like, hey, I started streaming and I noticed that there is a cap on your on my internet, on my bandwidth. And they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, and then they'll tell you like how much you're using up, if you're close to it, or if you need to extend it, whatever the thing is. You could talk to them.
I can just check how much I'm using for my phone because they actually have an app.
Okay, well there you go. But okay, so after a month, I would check the app, right? Or not every month, but like check every week or whatever, and then see how much you're using up, and use accordingly, right? The higher the bit rate, the more bandwidth you use up because you're uploading more content and stuff, right? So I would start at 2,000. I wouldn't go above 3,000 or 2,500. 2,500 is the most I would say you should do in your situation since you do have that cap. I don't have a cap on mine, but I still do it on 2,000, you know? So right here, the bitrate, I'm going at 1,954 apparently kilobytes per second, right? That's my current. It fluctuates up and down. It says it's excellent, so I don't need to put anything higher than 2,000. On this Twitch dashboard page, you could write a channel feed to your viewers so they can look at it. They can like comment on it with emojis and stuff. And when you start your stream, guys, your video preview will turn on automatically, so you want to pause that or else you're gonna lag. Unless you have a super beast computer and a super beast internet, then you're not gonna lag, but you're gonna hear an echo, so you want to at least mute this if you want to play the video preview right here. And this thing tells you how many viewers you have, and it tells you how long I've been streaming. You know, I've been streaming for 10 minutes, right? How many clips people put, Now clips is when they clip your channel, whether it be troll or it be like an OP fucking play that you did or some shit, something funny, something very sad. This is the number of views you got on your channel and a lot, how many followers you have. And then in this section, it tells you how many people hosted you or how many people are auto-hosting you. So auto-host is when their channel is offline and they put you on that list of hosting. So people are hosting me right now that are offline. So it generates views, right? And right here, my chat is hidden because I actually popped out my chat, which is right here. You know, I put out my second screen. So when you're streaming, you want two monitors. When I first started streaming, I was streaming on one monitor, and I would alt tab a lot just to see chat here and there, you know. And after I got my second monitor, I got the habit of only having one monitor, so I kept alt tabbing it, even though I didn't have to. So it just like made it a habit. So I'm gonna close this chat real quick, and it shows up right here. Look at that. I'm live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it say I'm hosting?
So that you exit host mode. I can see your stream just fine.
That is funny. Anyways, if you are curious on how to change that, you just /unhost, just in case. Okay, I'm not hosting anyone. That's weird. So this is your chat box, right? You want to click on this cog symbol right here, and then you want to go to pop out, right? So your settings will look different than mine because you guys don't have better TTV. If you have it, then you're just gonna look exactly the same as mine. So just hit that pop out, it pops it out. You know, chat is hidden, so it opens up here. It takes a while for it to, you know, load up. Boom, move it to second screen. Now, forget about this dashboard. You just have it there. Now, another thing you wanna um, register is Streamlabs. That's where all your alerts go in. So, Hey190 right now, open up streamlabs.com. And it's really easy to register. You just have to connect your Twitch to your Streamlabs. You don't have to verify any email or anything. It's just a really simple process.
Okay, you said launch it.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah, open it. And then log in with your Twitch.
Hey.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Stuff like test follows, subscribe, donation, hosting, and bit, right? Obviously, you're barely starting, so once you get that follower thing going, you're gonna eventually get affiliated. Twitch is gonna invite you, right?
Uh-huh.
So on your screen, the bit's not gonna work and the subscription's not gonna work, right? Unless you set up GameWisp. Now, GameWisp is a third-party website where you can gain subscriptions. You create tiers of people. And you can also set up emotes right now. They made it so we can have emotes on GameWisp, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's right. That's what. Wait.
Yeah, it was Twitch alerts and now it's Streamlabs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Anyways, so you want to set that up. and then you want to set up your Revlo. Revlo is revlo.co. You go there. Hey, when I need to do that now. And then you log in the same way. You connect your Twitch with
I
that.
already have all that done. Right.
Bot in their channel.
Uh-huh.
So now we want to go to the main thing, which will allow you to stream, which is OBS Studio. Now, in my experience, I used XSplit. I used OBS Classic, which is no
Uh-huh.
longer, I think. I think Studio is the only thing that's left, if I am correct. No, they still have Classic. So I moved on from Classic because Classic was had a lot of bugs. It was really buggy, and it gave me a lot of problems. And one of my friends told me about Studio, and he told me that it's a lot better than Classic. So I moved on to Studio a couple of years ago, and actually, Classic is no longer supported. I think they stopped supporting it with updates. So you see here, released August 30th, 2016. So they stopped updating it. So you want to keep up with the latest updates, right, for your OBS.
Uh-huh.
So you want to download the OBS Studio. So you go to download and download installer. I have it already, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Of course, you already downloaded it. Now you want to go into File, go into Settings.
Uh-huh.
It takes a while for the settings to load. I don't know why. It's weird. Anyways, you want to go into your General section, right?
Uh-huh.
Language, like I said, I put English. You could put something else, whatever your primary language is. Theme, it's up to you. I like dark because I love dark over the default.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks way nicer. And then you want to hit this box that says automatically check for updates on startup. So every time you start up OBS, it's gonna constantly check for updates to see if you have the latest update, and it lets you choose whether to download it or not. So that's the cool thing about it. It's not like Windows 10 where it just fucking updates your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't check any of these boxes, but like I said, you can go through it on your own time, guys, and check boxes that you want. I personally don't do it because I don't want like look at this, show confirmation dialog when stream is started. No, I don't need that. Automatically record when streaming. I mean, if you want, but that's gonna hold up a lot of fucking space on your hard drive. You know what I mean? So you don't want that. Source alignment snapping, you want that enabled. I think this is all default, to be honest. I didn't touch anything in general, if I'm not mistaken. So this is basically a personal preference. I'm not gonna really go over it because it's different for everyone, So Hey190, real quick, I have it enabled for source alignment snapping. I have the snap sensitivity to 10. I have snap sources to edge of screen checked. Snap sources to other sources checked. And then under system tray, I have that enabled, and everything else, I just have it unchecked. You can put advanced too if you want for now. Um, Click on streaming tab. Make sure that's clicked.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause each setting is different for every single thing. So now, for your encoder, what video card are you using? You're using NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA.
Okay,
GeForce
so you
960.
want to use NVINC CH.264 under encoder.
Okay.
Now, why you want to use that is because if you have an NVIDIA card, that makes it so much better with OBS. If you have an NVIDIA card, it's made for that. So if you have AMD, you want to use the other one, which is X264, I think, right? A190?
Yeah.
Okay, you use that one if you have AMD. Now, enforce streaming service encoder settings, I have that checked. Now, a lot of streamers, even like partner streamers that have thousands of viewers, they all use hey, thanks for that host, Necro. And the rescale output, a lot of people have 1280 times 720, right? And the reason for that is because most streamers, they don't want to put that much stress on their computers, and 1080 quality is not really much of a difference compared to the 720, unless I know some streamers do a gaming computer and a streaming computer, and they use a capture card, so it puts less stress on your computer because they have two computers, right? They have a gaming and a streaming running at the same time, so the CPU doesn't have to worry about streaming and gaming. There's one computer that does gaming and one computer that does streaming, and puts less stress on your computer, which then you wouldn't have to have rescale output. Then you leave that on 1080. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, 190?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for you, you want to check that box and put 1280 by 720.
I just did that.
Okay, now for the rate control, I use CBR. CBR is the best by hands down. Unless you're recording, then you want to use other ones. Like for fucking recording, I use FLV for recording format. For streaming, CBR is the best. For bitrate, like I said earlier, I put it on 2000. So I recommend 2000 for everyone. Unless your upload speed is lower than 2 megabytes, then I would go down to like 1500 or 1000 even, or 800. It all depends on how much upload you have for your internet speed, right? And 2000 for that. Put 2000. K190.
I just did.
Keyframe interval, you want that at 2. You don't want that at 0. I heard 2 is the best, so I kept mine on 2. I didn't change it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? So I had it on 2 for years, and I don't have a single problem with it. So put on 2. For preset, put on default, unless you know what you're doing and you want to customize it for your computer's sake. I put mine on default because it's always good to go default. Profile, go to main. And then for levels, you want auto because you want that to be automatic. You don't want to fuck with that. You want to check the box that says use 2-pass encoding.
Okay.
And this is a new setting. I really don't know much about GPU. You could actually put a mount number for GPU. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'll leave it at 0. I'm actually curious. I want to look into that later. B frames, I put it on 2 and hit apply on the bottom right.
Okay.
Go to audio, and now audio, it's personal preference. Everyone has different audio device, and the sampling rate, I leave mine on 44.1. kilohertz, right? Channel stereo, obviously you don't want mono. Desktop audio device, you want that on default. And me personally, I'm different. Like, I have my settings all different. You guys aren't gonna have headset microphone Astros because you don't have Astro headsets, so you should put that on default or whatever yours is, if that makes any sense. And on optical. Hopefully that didn't mess with anything too bad when I'm streaming right now. I hit apply and I hit OK. Don't hit OK though, by the way. Just hit apply for you, Hey190. And you can, right here, you can also enable. Have this on half-ish. I just go with the green bar. So if the green bar is lower than when I talk, then the mic volume, that's how I do my balancing of sound check. So everyone else has a different way of doing it. I feel that's the most comfortable and easy way for me to do it. Yeah, sorry, Ray. I mean, you were seeing what was happening, so it was out of my control. I shouldn't have done that, but yeah. Let me see. And I'm gonna try something. Hey, when I need talk.
Hello.
Okay, it's picking up your voice. Nice. Just wanted to check. All right. Now where we left off. Audio. We already said all this, right? And then there's push to mute, push to talk, different stuff. I don't really mess with that. So if you guys want to, you guys can. It's personal preference. If you guys want to mute with a button, you know. Now go to video. And then for video, for the base canvas resolution, I put that on 1920 by 1080. Yeah, unless you have a different resolution for, you know, your monitors. I know you don't. I'm talking to people that are watching. So usually some people have 1280 by 720 as their monitor, you know, for some reason. Then that would be your base. But you want to make your output scaled resolution 1280 by 720. So you want to reassure to OBS, hey, I know my base is 1920 by 1080, but I want it in 720 quality. So there's not that much stress on your computer. Okay, so downscale filter, I put that on bilinear. It's the fastest one. and it puts the least amount of stress on your computer. I've seen people mess with this. Honestly, you can get away with the middle setting, which is bicubic, and the last one is las something. Starts with the L, right? What's the last setting?
The last one is
Las
well. What is that word? Lanxos? Something?
Lassos.
Same thing.
So basically, when I was playing H1Z1, my stream was like lagging for some reason. So I was just testing out settings. So I found out bilinear is the best one for me, and I stuck with it. And I stopped playing H1, and I just kept it. I didn't change it. So for you guys, I would test it out. I'm sorry, but that's the only way you're gonna learn, by testing stuff out. You know, trial and error. So I recommend starting at bilinear. If you're gonna test out the 3 settings, then I would start with the best one and stream, and then stop your stream, go into your past broadcasts, watch it yourself to see if it's appealing, you know, or have a friend watch the stream when you're doing it, and change it by, you know, stopping stream, starting it back up, changing the settings, stuff like that. Now for common FPS values, I put that on 30, which is, you know, basic. I know some people put it on 60. Now, all these things I'm talking about, it's different for every computer. If you have an amazing computer, by all means, go 60. Go fucking nuts, you know. But I would say 30 is good, you know. It's not too bad, not that great, but it's decent. I stuck with it.
60.
You gonna put 60?
60.
Are you gonna put 60?
Yeah.
Oh god. If you have problems, it's not my fault. Anyways, hotkeys. Hotkeys. That's personal preference again. You could have a button to start stream, stop stream, start recording, stop recording. All that is in there. I don't have to go through it. You know,
Yeah,
it's all there. And then go to advanced. This is where it's really important. This is where is the most time consuming, stressful part of OBS settings. By the way, you want to put 30 FPS in video right now, A1ID. You don't want to put 60. I know your computer can handle it, but I would go with 30. You don't really need 60.
Okay.
Now, if people say your quality shit, then fuck it. Just stop the stream, go to settings, put it on 60, and put it on Lasco or whatever that filtering is. By all means, go nuts. You know, but I want to start you off slow right now. So if the stream works, then I did my job. And if you don't like the quality, you know how to do it in your own time. You know, I just want to give you that stepping stone to get you started off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go to advanced after you hit apply, obviously.
Okay.
Processing priority, you want that on normal. I know I've seen a lot of videos when I'm doing this, so I have experience. A lot of people are going to tell you put it above normal so that the computer gives OBS more priority compared to other programs and such. But I think normal's fine. If you have a problem with OBS, put it on above normal. I wouldn't put it on high or idle. I would just do normal or above normal. I go with normal, so you should go with normal. A1ID for now.
Gotcha.
Video render Direct 3D 11. I mean, that's what I'm using. Unless they have 12. I don't think they have 12 yet. There. Video adapter is blank for me. Color format is NV12. Yeah.
601.
YUV
That's
color
partial.
space is 601. And then the
YUV
color
color
range
range
is
is
partial. Yeah.
Audio is default.
Yeah,
Sound
you
name
want
is
that
some
on
random stuff.
default. You don't want it to. You don't want to set it to something bam and then it fucks up. Unless you do this, you go into your little sound bar down here, then you go to playback devices, and make sure your things are set. Boom. Make sure. Anyways. Recording, leave that alone.
Stream delays, just gonna leave that place.
Yeah, you want to uncheck stream delay, unless you want a stream delay, but
Make it even
that's gonna
more
take up space
delayed.
on your hard drive to create data. So it holds something on your delay. It has to record your stream, right? To create the delay for people to see. Automatic reconnect, leave it on enabled 10 seconds and then 20 retries. Network bind to IP default and then uncheck those other two. Hit apply and there you go.
Okay.
They really changed OBS because back then it was much harder than this. It's actually pretty easy. They made it a lot better.
I'm glad, because I'm a noob.
Because if you go to output right now, if you change the output mode to simple, you're gonna have like a hard time. It's gonna take you much longer because there's more options. So advanced is like crunches it up, and I like advanced. I'm used to it, so you guys should get used to that too. Now hit OK, apply OK. I hit cancel because I didn't want to save my settings. 'Cause I already have it. Alright guys, so that's the gist of it. Before we continue, on the bottom right, if you have Windows 7 or Windows 10, there is a speaker icon. You want to right click it. You want to go into playback devices or recording devices, it doesn't matter. Either one. You want to go to communications, you want to put do nothing. Now, a lot of people have this issue where, let's say you're on Discord or Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, Twitch apps, Curse Voice, which is Twitch apps now, and you play music and you're on Discord, and suddenly the volume goes up and down. It reduces the volume of other sounds, right? So that's causing it. So you want to do nothing and do that manually. I prefer that. I don't know if other people like the other stuff, especially Skype does a lot of that. I hated Skype for that, where it controls your sounds for everything. So you want to put do nothing in communications. Sounds, you leave that alone. Recording, same thing. You right click on your microphone, you go to properties, you go to advanced, and you uncheck allow applications to take exclusive control of this device under exclusive mode. You uncheck both of them. If you uncheck one, I think it unchecks both.
Yeah, if you check the top one and then check
And
the bottom.
Hit apply. Hit OK, and then for your playback, you want to do the same thing. You right click properties, go to events, uncheck that, and then go down. Mine's different. Like I have two different playback devices, so I had to do it for both. And I do this on purpose because I can make my game quality amazing, like HD quality, through my Mixamp and my Astros, and I can have Discord on my basic headset unit, which basically means I have no Mixamp and it's basic quality. If I want to separate other people's voice with my game, now everyone doesn't have this option. That's why I love Astros for it, you know. Sponsor me, Astros. Anyways, right now I don't have that setting enabled, but I keep it this way, so if I want to change it I can with ease. But yeah, that's a little thing that you can think about. And we finished we finished the setup part of for OBS, mostly 90% of it. I say 90% because there's this stuff on the bottom, which I have more scenes than a lot of other streamers have. There's two type of streamers: the streamers that have scenes for every single game, every single other stuff like me, you know, because I want to be organized, or they have the streamer that uses one scene and a shed ton of sources. So you have to pick which one you want to be. Hey 190 right now, I would say go with the scene, a lot of scenes, so it's more organized, but it does require a lot of work in the long run, because if a new thing
Probably
comes
right.
up, like putting Revlobot alert to show up on your thing, you have to go to each scene and put that in the source, which I did. So I got used to it, so I do it pretty fast. Now I'm gonna start you guys off with the beginning part. And why is this? Hold on. Remember, I was using Google Chrome and I cropped it out so the size doesn't fit. I'm sorry, guys. Ugh, I don't know if that was blocking anything. I hope not. That'd be really bad. Now, scenes. Scenes are the area where you put the scene to your game that you're capturing, or your scene that you're capturing. I can't say it any other way. So for me, for intro, I have an intro scene, and when I go into that intro scene, it shows this. Now, in my intro scene, I have a lot of sources. I have one for my Bit Boss, which is the one that's quick with the health bar on the bottom left that you see there. So when people donate bits, that health bar goes down, and then when it goes to 0, and let's say Hey190 killed my HP 570 right now, then he would start off with a health of 100, and then someone else donates 100 bits, they will be the new Bit Boss. So that's pretty. It's a pretty cool little app that you can do. So I'm gonna go back to Google, and which is my name of my scene. I'm just talking out loud. Now, to get started, okay, it depends what you're gonna stream, right? And how many scenes you want. So Hey190, you're gonna be streaming LOL mostly, right?
Yeah, basically.
And other games obviously, but mostly LOL for now. So I'm gonna set you off with LOL. For LOL, personally, I have 3 scenes for LOL. You don't have to. It's up to you. You could have one scene and put all of those 3 in the sources section, but I have it to where I have automatic scene switcher, so I don't even have to switch the scenes. It switches for me when I go in game, and when I'm out of the game, it switches back. And that's a plugin that comes with OBS Studio under tools, and it should be right there, automatic scene switcher. If it's not there, you can go into OBS. Would go to OBS plugins, right? Just type that in Google. It's the first one, browser plugins. And you just click on OBS Studio plugins. Click right there. And there's a whole ton of plugins that you can download and mess with. There's a little description of each one, right?
Wow,
So now I want to find automatic scene switchers right here. You download it, right? You download it and you put it into your OBS folder. Now this tutorial that I'm doing right now, I'm not going to get into that, but you can easily search it up to see where you put it in. You go into your OBS folder and then put it into the plugins folder for OBS. And make sure you're using the 64-bit for OBS if you have a 64-bit computer, but I'm pretty sure 99.99% of people who game on their computer are 64-bit. So make sure you do that. Open up OBS again. Alright, so that's done with. So for League of Legends, going back, I have one that says out of game, which is your lobby, right? Hey190. So if I go into my out of game, I'm gonna show that right now real quick. I don't have. Why was that unchecked? That is very interesting. I don't know why that was unchecked. Interesting. I'm very confused right now. Hold on, guys. Oh, it's because I put all my stuff in that folder. Remember? You know what I do?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it messed with a couple stuff. Anyways, so if you're streaming League, right here where it has a black box, it shows your game. This really sucks. I can't capture this OBS scene right now. Anyways, I'll just use this. So you go to out of game, right? You name it whatever you want. I name mine out of game. So under scenes, you want to right click there. You want to right click there. You want to add, and then name it whatever you want. You know, name it out of game, lobby, whatever. You press OK, and then now it makes a new scene. So the new scene is gonna be a black screen, right? Don't get scared. You know, it's normal. Go into your sources section, which is the second column next to that scene. Go to add, and for this demonstration, I will do this so that it shows the display, but you don't have to. You hit right click add, then you go into video capture or game capture. You can use either one. For mine, I used
Window capture.
Game capture. So when you right click add game capture, you name it. For the mode, you put capture specific window. For the window, you have to have your game open. This is very important. People tell me this a lot of times when I used to help people. How come it doesn't show the game that I want to capture? Obviously, the game wasn't on, so you couldn't capture anything. OBS is not a mind reader. You need to open the game, have it running in the background, and then it shows window. You click the drop box, and you select, you know, LOL client.exe pvp.net client, and you select that. For the window match priority, you want executable name, right? And don't check anything down there besides capture cursor and use anti-cheat compatibility hook, which is a bug. I don't know if they fixed it, but it's something to have so you avoid bugs. So once you do that, you have one page, one scene for your lobby. Now you do the same thing with the in-game. You make another one in your scenes, right click add game capture, and on the sources you put right click add, and then you make a new game capture and name it, you know, in-game or whatever you want, and then you do the same thing you did for your other scene there, right? And hey, when I did in your situation, if you only want one scene, then you just need to right click add on the source column, right click add game capture, and just add it there on the same scene, if that makes any sense. So you have two sources on one scene, but for me I have one scene, one source, one scene, one source, or no, two scenes, two sources for me, but for you, you would have 1, 2. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So now for you, the order matters. So you see Revlo here, you see BitBoss here, right?
Yeah.
So if I were to do this, oh no, that's a bad example because it doesn't show that. Okay, right here. You see how these two lovely ladies are in the background of the BitBoss, right? That's because the order of the list. So if you highlight BitBoss and you click on this arrow, right? It puts it behind. Puts the up arrow, puts it in front. So the order of the sources matter of what it goes over. So basically when you have overlays, guys, like for your out of game, if you have something cool, like a cool overlay that you want to put that on the bottom. and you want the game to be on top of that. If that makes any sense, because if you put that overlay on top of your game capture, it's not going to show your game capture because that overlay is covering it. So you want your game capture above the overlay. So the overlay is the base. Alright? So, with that said, that made sense, right? Hey, 190? Okay, so, I'm going to move this back here. You do that. That's pretty much it. That's the basics. You can add more stuff as you go, you know. You go into your Streamlabs now. Have that open.
Okay.
You go into alert box.
Okay.
The widget URL, little bar right there. I can't click on it because mine is hidden, obviously for reasons. You click on that copy it, and then you want to go into your scene, then go into sources, and then right click on sources, go to add, and go to browser source. You should have that, right?
Yep.
Click on browser source. Now I already have one, so mine's gonna be on this second list, which is add existing, which is so good. I love that OBS put this, because in classic this was not a thing. If you guys are watching and used classic OBS, you guys know about global. All I have to say is global, and you guys know what I'm talking about. That was such a pain in the ass to do. So now this is global. This is the new global. This is where you go to, it's a shortcut to put all of your sources on different scenes really fast. If you made one, you can just go here, add it, existing, add existing, bam, bam, boom, 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 bam, you know? So basically, you want to do create new because you never made one, right? You want to name it something. We'll hit OK, right? I'm not going to click that because I already did it. For me, I'm just going to open this up, right? So you're going to get this window, right? Properties, right? After you did that. So in that URL section, you want to copy paste what you did from Streamlabs. Did that right now. Make sure local file is unchecked, and then for the width and the height, I put mine on 800 by 360 height, 800 width, and 30 FPS, and I left the CSS coding alone because I like the default. I don't want to change it. You guys can change it. You guys can go into that if you want. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
Now shut down source when not visible. I use this alert on a lot of scenes, so I don't want that checked. Leave it unchecked. And refresh browser when scene becomes active. You can if you want. I don't personally do that. You get the refresh cache of current page if you want. If there's a problem, then you can click that button. I don't have a problem, so I'm not gonna click on that button, obviously. That's interesting. I'm using my mouse wheel and I could change the FPS. That's pretty dope. You want to hit OK. You don't want to hit cancel, obviously. I'm hitting cancel because I already have it. There you go. So you have that set up. So now when you go into your Streamlabs, you want to hit test follow, right? And it's going to show up on your OBS. It was that simple.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it was that simple. Now, I'm not going to explain this part because this is on you guys. I'm going to go into it really fast, but I'm not going to get in detail. If you got any questions, I'm going to upload this on YouTube, I think. And you guys can comment down on the bottom, and then I'll reply to you as fast as I can. But you want to have these checked. There's no point of having it unchecked if you're not using it at the time, because who knows, maybe in the future you're gonna get partnered with Twitch, so you don't want to have this unchecked and you check this and you have to change this coding, go back into OBS and then put that URL back into the thing. You don't want that, so just leave it alone. You know, it doesn't harm you. Now this next part is on you guys. I say that because Everyone wants a different design. Everybody wants a different delay. Everybody wants a different layout. Everybody wants a different color, sound, etc. So, with that said, go to alert box, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, go to media sharing, and you want that enabled. You can share like videos, images, and music. I don't know if you want that. If you don't want it, then uncheck it. It's up to you. Like I said, I have it enabled. People can fucking send me videos and stuff. So it actually shows up on the donation section when they donate to you. If they want to add like a video to it, so it plays a video when they donate. There's a spam security on it too. I put in mine on medium. So yeah, you want to hit save settings after you're done with that. You can do that on your own time. I'm gonna press the little minus thing so I can minimize it so it doesn't clutter everything. So now you want to go into general settings, and then right here, background color, you could change the black, whatever you want. Alert delay, I put on 5 seconds. I don't know, you guys can change it. I might also change it to 3 seconds, actually. And it shows up on the top right, alert box updated. Alert, moderate, delay, 5 seconds. You could mess around with that. Actually, what I want to do is 4 seconds and 5 seconds. And then layout, I like this layout the most. People are different. They might like this one or this one where the text is above the picture, but I don't like that. I like to see picture and then text, or picture and then right below it text. Everyone's different. Hit save settings on the bottom. Then go through each one. Follow. These are really like self-explanatory. Like, I don't think people need help with this section. It's not really hard. Follow, same thing, and you want that enabled. Alert animation, PowerPoint. You guys done that in high school, I hope. Fade in, fade out, stuff like that. Messaging template, you can put in whatever there. Like, I like turtles. Show up. This guy likes turtles. You don't want that, obviously. You want, you might want it. I don't know. But I put mine as bracket name, close bracket is now part of Nest Squad, because that's my group. That's my squad name. And then I put a heart and put thanks for the follow, And then I put a pulse for my text animation. It shows right here. It shows a little GIF. What it does. Woohoo! It's like the wave. And then the image, I put a picture of a dog because I thought it was pretty funny. And this is a sound. That's my follow alert. Sound volume I put on 60 because I don't want to make my ears bleed. I think 60 is good for me. Everyone's different, Alert duration, I put mine on 10. I have experience with this where I'll be in a fight and stuff. 10 seconds I think is good for people to alt tab and look, or to look right really quick and then see it. Another thing I'm going to talk about after this is this program I downloaded called Stream Labels, and you can actually see who followed, who donated and stuff. It's really cool. It's like a little short dashboard of Streamlabs, and you want to download this. Hey, when I do, you have. It's really helpful when you miss it on your OBS. There's a lot of people, when someone follows, they look at their OBS to see who followed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I look at this. I look at stream labels and it tells me who followed. Like right here it says Sunny TV followed, Aquan CA followed, B-Boy Zen followed, stuff like that. Yeah, to go back into the follow section, you click on this plus sign. You can change the colors, stuff like that, mess around with it. Everyone's different. Alert variation, that's like a rule section. It's exclusion section, so you can add a variation, and it's very simple. Like, if you want to make your own, you just make it. Go into Google and then, find the picture that you want there. For the um, sounds, you want something else like saying chicken nugget, and you go into sound section, change media, and these sounds you want to make the format what I did. I don't know if they allow any other format. I think they do allow MP4, but I do .ogg or .wave, I think, because I'm too used to that. Now you could drag it, or you could click on this and drop it. It opens up your folder. I'm gonna wait because this sound's gonna keep going. Okay, so the thing I like about Streamlabs is they have their own cloud storage for people. So you have the maximum of 60 megabytes of space to put stuff. Like you see right here, I only use up 22, right? Yeah, this is all like simple stuff. You guys can put different things. It's all like what you want to do. And this is a cool website. You could click on this little moon or this sunny to make it darker. I don't like it bright. My eyes hurt. Go into dashboard. It shows, your progress and stuff like that. My donations, you see a donation list. My subscribers, I don't know if it's gonna show my Game Whisper. Nope. Donation settings, you set up your donation thing. Oh, that's the one thing you want to do, Hey1ID. When you want to go into donation settings on the top, and you want to put in your PayPal if you use PayPal on the thing. And then make sure PayPal is, verified and all that good stuff. Okay, so next thing you want to do, Hey1ID, is go whenever you're ready.
Alright.
You're ready?
Chat box, stream labels.
Huh?
Chat box, stream labels, like. Alright, we're going.
Oh no, I was just seeing if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, you go to stream labels.
Well, I just downloaded that actually.
Yeah, you just download that, and then you basically get this after you download it. And now I like to download this because before they had it to where it's an extension on Google Chrome, and it was really buggy. I like this a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I have it right now. I'm just like messing with it.
Oh yeah, just mess with it. See, Hey1ID got it. If you can do it, anyone can do it. Kappa.
Oh.
It's a Kappa. Alright. You go into file settings, guys. You can change it. There's a whole list of fucking different things. Look at all this. So many things. You wanted to change output directory, right? And I put a folder named Streamlabs Stream Labels as the folder name. You can name it whatever you want. You want to make this the folder. Oops, why did I do that? I open up fucking internet. Here, I'll open it really quick. So when you open it up, you're gonna see a list of fucking text files. documents. Look at all this. I can click on maybe total follower count, and look at this. It tells me my total follower count. If you want that on your stream, there's a way to do it. There's a way to do everything. So now, make sure you have a folder made for this, because I was on Facebook couple weeks ago. This guy was asking people help. Hey, how come all these files are made on my desktop? Well, it's because you didn't have a folder picked. So if you make this location on your desktop, it's gonna save all those like hundreds of files or 50 files onto your desktop. You don't want that. You want to select a folder so it puts it in one folder for you. I thought that was pretty funny when he actually asked help. He was serious about it too. I don't know. There's people that need that extra help, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knowing the size of it.
of
Maybe
the
450.
event list. I put mine on 420 for the width
No, no, no,
and
not event
250.
list. The chat.
Um, I have a custom overlay, so I just fit into that box,
Yeah,
which
okay.
is 400 for the width and 605 for the height. So it's gonna be different for you, but that's what I do.
I'll do overlays and stuff later.
Wait, that's only for my lobby chat. For everything else, I don't really have the chat on the stream because they have theater mode on Twitch, right? So a lot of people just do that, where the stream is on the left side and chat's on the right side. I don't really have to worry about that. Before, though, people would put their chat on the stream because they didn't have that feature on Twitch. So moving on, you guys have that done. The next thing is for people who are affiliated and partnered, you go into the jar and you can set cups for the bits that you receive and for followers and all that. Why is it so loud? Alright, I'll change that. Anyways, sorry guys. Yeah, same thing. Use a browser source. The link's right there. Um, check these boxes. Pick your cup. Set your pictures and stuff, and your color, the font, and all that good stuff. Hit save setting. Make sure you hit save setting for everything, or it's not gonna save. If you guys run into issues with certain things not showing, it's because you uncheck this and hit save settings. Now, when you uncheck something, it might change the widget URL. So make sure you have the right widget URL and it matches the one in the browser source. So that's a common issue. Don't feel bad if you have that issue. And with that said, everything else should be good to go. That should be good. The last thing I need to go over is back onto your OBS. Last three things. One, Streamlabs. So back we saw how this program right here called Stream Labels, right? It was showing like bits and all that, and then if you go to file settings, it shows a shit ton of settings like donation train, follow train, all-time donator, blah blah blah, right? You could actually make that show on your stream if you guys want that, instead of having the event list. Now I'm just doing everything all at once so you guys get a feel for everything in one tutorial instead of looking on YouTube for different types of tutorial. So I'm trying to combine everything that you need to start streaming. This is the basics. I'm trying to go as fast as I can for you guys. I'm sorry this is gonna be like an hour long highlight, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna be able to go on YouTube. I hope it does. I might have to cut into bits or something, but I'll make it work. So yeah, you want to go into your scene that you want the thing to show up on your stream, your Streamlabs setting. Like let's say you want the all-time top donator, right? You right click on sources, you go to add, and you go into text, GDI plus. Wait a minute, did I not use GDI plus? I guess I was old school because I came from OBS Classic. So if you came from OBS Classic, you go into deprecate and then you go to text free type 2, which is what I use, so I have existing stuff. If not, I would say use GDI plus for you guys. They're barely starting. So you go to right click on sources, add text, and you get this, name it whatever, obviously, and then mine is top D, right? So basically I would add top D, so it's right there. Um, and then this shows, right? This window shows, and it's gonna show on the top left. So I changed my font, I changed how it looks. So now this is where this is the most important part that you have to do in order for this to all work. You go into read from file. You see that option? You check the box, and then you go into text file, right? You go to browse. You click on that. See that?
Yeah, I see it.
Now this is where that folder comes into handy. So this is where you go into your stream label folder, and this is where it has all your options right here, all the good stuff. So remember I told you to make that folder that you save all the stuff into, right? So you click on all-time top donator, right? You click open, right? Once you click open, it's gonna save that into your text file section, right?
Okay.
And then once you do that, you change your colors if you want. That's up to you. Change the outline, drop shadow. It's all up to you. I would put custom text width on 0 and hit OK. And there you go. There's your thing that shows up on your thing, on your scene. Now, if you want to go one step further, you can right click either on the selection of the top D, or you can actually go into your sources and highlight the top D, right click, go to transform, right?
Okay.
Now there's a lot of options. These are, common sense stuff.
Wow.
Stretch to scene and center to screen, fit to screen, flip horizontally, flip vertically, rotate. I would go to edit for transform. Yeah, go to edit transform, right? And you can mess around with this. I mess around with this, to fit my needs. For everyone else, it's gonna be different size, different everything. But for me, for size, I put 328 and I put 23 on the second one. Positional alignment, I put top left. Bounding box type, I put no bounds. You could actually scale it to inner bound, and then you can actually crop it so it fits inside a box. Different things like crop left, crop right, top, bot, stuff like that. And if you made a mistake and you're like, oh crap, I fucked up, I don't know what I did, there's a reset button. Bam. So the second to last thing is this middle section, the mixer section. So you can click on the cog button next to the mixer, and this is where you can mess with your settings. Your desktop audio, your mic, your second desktop audio, if you have that enabled in your settings. This is where you change your volume for everything. You can click on the bar, you can make the bar go up and down. I usually put my mic on all the way and then put my desktop on like half, or like at 45%, 40% ish. You can mute it by pressing the speaker icon, like that. Press on the cog and then go to properties. You could change the device on there too. Make sure you use device timestamps. It's a good thing to have. Now when you press on the cog button again on the right side, you go to filters and then right click and then add. You can actually add stuff like gain, noise suppression, noise gate, compressor, stuff like that. You could also do that with the And the last thing I want to talk about before I leave here with you guys on YouTube is the scene transition. I don't personally use it. You can use it. It's pretty cool. There's a cut and a fade. And you can add other stuff like swipe, slide, fade to color, Luma swipe. When you add, it's how you transition from scenes. Now you told me you only have one scene, so I don't think you need this. But if you ever want to add more scenes,
I mean, I'm gonna make a second scene for like my end game.
let me see Luma wipe. I don't know what that is. There's so many options. Like you see all this stuff, guys? So many options. That's it, guys. That's it. I'm gonna delete this.